my name is Adi. This is my essay on the impact of fast food on Black and Latinx communities. So, the question explored in this essay is, are Black and Latinx communities negatively and disproportionately impacted by fast food? And the answer that is developed in this essay is that utilizing factors such as targeted marketing, affordability, and accessibility, the fast food industry has had a significant impact, or a significantly negative impact, on Black and Hispanic communities, resulting in detrimental effects in their health, socioeconomic status, culture, and environment. So here are some important statistics to start off with. Food deserts are areas without access to affordable and nutritious foods, are more abundant in predominantly Black and Hispanic neighborhoods, and 20% of African Americans and 17% of Latinx in the U.S. struggle to afford enough food and are food insecure. And finally, grocery prices have increased by 11.4% in 2022 alone and are predicted to increase by another 10% by the end of 2023. So, do Black and Latinx people eat more fast food? Let's take a closer look at the research, because that's an interesting question. And firstly, according to a study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, Black and Hispanic adults do consume more food than other racial and ethnic groups. Furthermore, interestingly enough, fast food companies disproportionately target their advertising to Black and Hispanic youths, often promoting high-calorie, high-fat foods, and this can contribute to unhealthy eating habits and also perpetuate a cycle of poverty and poor health. However, it's imperative to note that these statistics have very little to do with personal preference or choice. Rather, they reflect decades of government-funded projects that have concentrated fast food establishments in low-income neighborhoods, and also a multitude of other systemic issues. So, why do Black and Latinx people eat more fast food? Well, in the 60s, federal funding was allocated to fast food industries to establish business opportunities in Black low-income communities, and even after the Equal Opportunity Credit Act, redlining prevented Black businesses from expanding to white middle-class markets. And also, as white communities migrated from urban to suburban neighborhoods during this time, it's called the white flight era to some, grocery stores went with them. That's really a really impactful thing that happened in history. And second, limited access to healthy food options is a significant challenge for many low-income Black and Hispanic communities. These are areas often considered food deserts, where there's a lack of supermarkets, grocery stores that sell healthy, fresh food options. And as a result, residents in these communities often rely on fast food or convenience store options. Third, time constraints are another factor that can impact access to healthy food options. Many low-income people work multiple jobs, have long commutes, or have other responsibilities like kids and sickness, illness, that leave little time for cooking or preparing healthy meals, since it is a very strenuous job, as many of us know. 4, cost is also a significant barrier to accessing healthy food options. Healthy food options can often be more expensive than fast food or convenience store options, especially with the rise of grocery prices in the recent years, making them less accessible for low-income families. The fifth reason is advertising and marketing by fast food companies can contribute to unhealthy eating habits. These companies have specifically targeted Black and Hispanic communities with advertising and promotions on television, social media, all sorts of in-person activities as well. And this can make it harder for people to make healthier food choices. It's a very big reason. And then finally, comfort. This is an interesting one that I found. A lot of people take this into consideration when discussing the complexities of this issue. Research has shown that people develop emotional bonds with the fast food restaurants that they frequent, especially with the history of fast food. But this idea is kind of called the third place, coined by Ray Oldenburg. It's in contrast to a first place, like the home, and the second place, your job, right? And basically what it is a safe space that provides community gathering and conversation. So what is fast food's impact on Black and Latinx communities then? Well, firstly, fast food has become a staple in many communities, but it comes with negative consequences, particularly for Black and Hispanic communities. The consumption of fast food has been linked to numerous health problems, as many of us know, including obesity and depression and several other physical and mental health issues. Unfortunately, limited access to healthier food options and healthcare as well means that these health issues, disproportionately affect Black and Hispanic communities. And as discussed previously, fast food companies target Black and Hispanic communities specifically. This can, again, contribute to unhealthy eating habits and perpetuate that cycle. Third, economic exploitation. So fast food companies exploit low-wage workers, many of whom come from Black and Hispanic communities. These workers often receive very little pay and very few benefits, perpetuating, again, this cycle. The fast food industry's environmental impact, including pollution and the use of non-renewable resources, and all sorts of other environmental impacts that there's too many to name, can also disproportionately affect Black and Hispanic communities. Studies have shown that climate change disproportionately affects Black and Hispanic communities because they're already vulnerable to environmental degradation because of those reasons as well. And finally, fast food chains promote a standardized, homogenous culture that can erode the unique cultural identities of Black and Hispanic communities. That can be harmful as well. And overall, the negative impacts on fast food on Black and Hispanic communities are very clear and very concerning. So, in conclusion, the fast food industry has had a significant impact on the health, economic, social, and cultural well-being of Black and Hispanic communities in the United States here. The evidence presented in this presentation shows that the consumption of fast food, the targeting of advertising and marketing to minority communities, the exploitation of low-wage workers, the lack of access to healthy food options, negative environmental and cultural effects are all contributing factors to the cycle of poverty and poor health. It's really important to address these issues by promoting policies that support access to healthy food options and increasing wages and benefits for fast food workers and regulate the advertising and marketing of practices of the fast food industry. By doing so, we can work to creating a more equitable and healthier community for everybody. So finally, access to healthy food is a basic human right, and everybody should have the opportunity to make choices to promote their well-being. So thank you so much, and goodbye.